Hey everybody, you're listening to the Schuper.
Super?
Hey everybody, you're listening to the Shonen Brothers Network.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Is that it? Are you ready? Anyway. Hey everybody, and welcome to Super Shonen Brothers, the greatest podcast of all time where we talk anime, pop culture, video games, things every now and then. I gotta stop moving my arms because you can hear it. It's okay. Nobody's gonna listen to this. Nobody listens to the first podcast. You know, it takes weeks before we get any listeners.
You know, it's true, but it's okay.
I like to whisper.
We gotta start somewhere.
I like to whisper when I talk to you.
Stop.
Okay.
Makes me
And
feel
I'm
very uncomfortable.
Daniel Vaughn. And I'm your co-host, and my uncomfortable co-host with me today, and always today,
Yep.
and every time, unfortunately,
Yeah, unfortunately.
is Brady.
My name is Brady, and I love anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you need to know about me.
Honestly, though, I think I'm an anime expert. I know everything there is to know about anime. I've read every manga. I've watched every anime.
yeah.
I know more than anime, more than anybody in the entire world. But Brady, over here, he doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I know nothing.
He knows barely anything past Sword Art Online.
Which is my favorite show. Yeah. By far. Oh, you like anime? Name every show.
Every show, One Piece. That's all you need to know.
There you go. I mean, I
every
agree.
show.
That's all you need to know.
Because everything is inspired by One Piece and Dragon Ball and Akira.
Well, and JoJo's,
Akira.
obviously.
What's JoJo's?
Shut up.
You see, nobody cares about JoJo.
You know.
And we just lost half our listeners.
Yep, there we go.
Anyway, nobody listens to this. We don't even get listeners until like 50 episodes in, and then like a few of them come back and listen to this episode. And they're like, wow, this is trash.
Yeah, but then we can see our improvement from the first episode to later episodes.
So we got to start somewhere.
Exactly.
Somewhere
And my friends will
inside
listen
your
to this first episode, so
Oh.
someone will listen to it.
Shit.
Well,
Anyway, I think we should get into it.
yeah.
So do you have any news for the week before we really get into our topic?
So, yeah, I definitely like this, how we do this every episode where we talk about anime news, but
I don't. I'm just kidding. I do.
yeah, I have.
Because I get to do none of the work, and you get to do all the work. Because I don't give a fuck about anime news. I don't look anything up.
I'm the only one who knows anything about what's going on in the anime world.
Well,
basically.
I know everything, though.
Well, this is true. You are God. You write all of our stories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm on the typewriter right now.
Yep, there we go.
Someone dies tomorrow.
Oh, God, please no. All right, I have quite a bit of news, though. Mm-hmm. So,
Surprise me.
the most interesting one, to me at least, is it's either about to surpass...
Okay, move
or
on.
Why are you like this? But it's either about to surpass, or it has just surpassed Full Metal Alchemist as the highest rated anime of all time on my anime list. But Attack on Titan Season 4.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
And I think Full Metal Alchemist has like a 9.3 average rating on my anime list, which is pretty high.
Yeah, but does Attack on Titan have a hybrid of a little girl and a dog?
Has a hybrid of humans and giant
No, it's not the same.
man-eating creatures.
My favorite episode was when the Titan eats his mom.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
The first episode. But how many seasons of Attack on Titan did you watch? I know you watched the first one at least, but I don't know if you ever continued it, right?
I watched like the first season, and then I watched half the second season. Sorry, if you hear a bell, That's the cat.
Yeah.
There's a little cat in here. His name is Indy. He's the podcast cat.
Yeah. He will always be here.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's always here.
But
No, I only watched like the first season, and then I watched half the second season. I'm at the part, spoilers, I'm at the part where you find out the Armored Titan.
okay.
I won't say who it is,
Yeah.
but I'll say you find out. The spoilers is that you have to find out people are Titans.
Yeah.
But-
I gotcha.
You know,
No, that's such a great reveal. That's probably one of my favorite moments in Attack on Titan.
I'll probably talk a little more about Attack on Titan because in our topic, I'll get into it later.
Okay. Yeah. But the final season is airing right now. It's about 8 episodes in. I am not caught up
Wow.
because I'm watching it with my father.
The final season, they finally are
it's-
going to do
it's the
something
final
with his
season.
key.
Oh, that's already happened.
Oh.
They already found out what was in the basement.
I knew that.
You need to
Don't tell me.
catch up.
Don't tell me when I already know. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I watched it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I've seen it. I know everything. I know what's behind the door. I know what happens I know what's happened before the final season even came out. Mm-hmm. And I read the manga.
Yeah. Do you even know how it ends? Even
Yeah.
though it hasn't ended yet.
I know how you end.
Dude. Well,
Anyway,
hopefully it's my life ends in a good way.
what's next?
All right. So, besides that, I don't know if you've heard about this, but the next Ghibli movie, however you want to say it, is coming out on February 3rd.
Is it done by
I don't think it's being done by Hayao Miyazaki. I want to say it's being done by his son, but I could be wrong.
is he retired again, or is he out of retire? Like,
No,
I feel like he just comes in and out of retirement.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever fully retire.
Just like me.
But the movie is called Earwig and the Witch,
Earwig.
and it
What is an earwig?
It's the name of the main character, I think. But
Who names their child Earwig?
it looks pretty awful, honestly.
Oh, gosh.
It's really sad. It's all CGI. It's not
Ew.
2D animation for
Ew.
some reason.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, and the animation just looks like really creepy. Like CGI can be done well. Like Beastars. We were talking about that show earlier, but Beastars, the CGI in that show is amazing. Land of the Lustrous, that's another anime that
Yeah.
utilizes CGI really well.
Do you like more CGI or hand drawn like cartoons? I
Oh,
guess.
definitely hand drawn.
You know what's interesting is that Claus Netflix Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. Apparently, their goal was to try and make it look like if hand drawn was still like a really big popular thing, and they didn't go anywhere to 3D models and stuff. They think that's might have when the direction might have been going for like hand drawn animation, and I thought that looked really cool.
I
that
thought
was really good.
the animation of Klaus was
It's beautiful.
spectacular. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, and I feel like with most anime, 2D animation is just usually more beautiful,
Wow.
and CGI
Yeah.
doesn't really go over too well. Just look at the Berserk
Yeah,
2016 anime.
I've heard bad things.
It's awful. Berserk is such an amazing series, but they butchered that.
Really. There's a couple other things that are like outside of anime, but like they're like an Irish cartoon, but they're like I think those are all hand drawn. There's like a new one called wow, I can't even remember the name, but it was really good. It was something about wolfwalkers. I think that was it. It's like I think it's made by the people that did Song of the Sea and whatnot. It's really good. Very, very beautiful.
Yeah. I love hand-drawn animation. I wish
Yeah.
Disney still did hand-drawn animation because like their animation is beautiful even
Yeah.
when it is just like CGI.
Yeah.
Like Soul's animation was beautiful, I thought.
Yeah.
Even stuff like Frozen.
I hate Frozen. But
I
it
mean,
looks
I
good.
hate Frozen, but it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
But I
Decent
still
songs.
wish
Terrible story.
agreed. Yeah, but I still wish they would do hand-drawn stuff, but because I don't know. It just seems way more unique.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, anyway, that's it for news.
Yeah. Well,
Just kidding. What else do we have?
for that, what else?
We gave
Other
up on news a
do
long
I
time
have?
ago.
I don't know if you've seen Goblin Slayer.
Oh no, I've heard of it, but I don't. I mean, yeah, I've seen everything.
Yeah, you've seen everything.
I'm an anime master.
All right. It's probably not a good thing to admit that you've seen Goblin Slayer, though. Just kidding. It's an alright show, but it's very, very messed up. But it
is
just
it a
got
hentai?
announced to have a second season.
You paused.
Well, it's not. No, but there is a lot of
But
awful things in it.
so it is a hentai.
It's very graphic.
Oh,
Yeah, it's about this guy who slays goblins. Hence the title.
yeah.
But goblins in this world are very vicious and very
I think I know what happens.
very
yeah.
awful.
I've heard what happens in this anime. It's like that thing in Sword Art Online, with Rudolph and all
Oh
that.
yeah. The thing that happens every season in Sword Art Online for whatever
Yeah,
reason. God,
for whatever reason.
I don't understand. But yeah, speaking of that, another piece of anime news is
More Sword Art.
an anime called an anime with a
Anime.
yeah with quotation marks around it is Redo of Healer that just came out a couple weeks ago and
Redo
it
of
is
Another game anime. Like Log Horizon or something like that.
no. I wish.
A hentai.
Basically, it's
See, that's the problem.
it's-
Everybody that doesn't know anime either thinks anime is hentai or hentai.
yep. But it's because of shows like these that people think that.
A lot of fan
hate it.
service. And we're not talking
I
like
wouldn't
fan
e-
service.
I wouldn't
like,
even-
oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's my favorite character and these people got to... No, we're talking like big boobs
Yep.
galore.
My least favorite part about anime.
That and the butt jiggle gang.
God, I hate. This is why I don't like Fairy Tail anymore. I mean, I do like Fairy Tail, just not as much as I did.
God.
Yeah, but
I still haven't finished it.
what the hell? You gotta finish it.
I still haven't finished Super. I'm getting there.
Have you finished Naruto at least? Daniel, please.
I finished at the best part. I finished when Sasuke and Naruto knocked each other out, and I'm like, that's it. That's how it should end.
No, you're wrong.
I'm not. It's perfect. I don't need to see who gets together.
It's like the best part about the finale. I have a lot of problems with
No.
Naruto's ending, but that's one of the best parts. Seeing like
I'll-
everybody married and stuff.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Didn't do it.
Yeah, I have so much to watch. And
Stick with one thing at a time.
I do.
Well, clearly not, since you haven't finished all these shows.
I finished everything. I'm the master of anime.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting.
Do not ridicule me.
You're right.
You've seen
I
nothing.
apologize. Yeah, I've seen nothing
Yeah.
yet.
Should see this room. It's just blank walls.
Yeah, we're currently recording in my.
Shh, don't disclose it.
Why not?
Because then they just get to wonder where we really are.
Oh yeah. We're in the middle of nowhere. We're nowhere right now.
Shh, you're
Oh, yeah.
disclosing too much already.
Yeah, okay.
Now, what else do we have for news?
Oh yeah. So what I was saying about
Oh, yeah,
Redo
we
of
didn't even
Healer.
Finish this. Two tangents.
It's fine. Tangents are great.
Especially
yeah.
in a 30-minute podcast.
Yep, it's fine.
45 minutes.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
They're not watching the time.
yeah,
I am.
who cares about the time? Time is a human construct.
I am time.
Yeah. You're everything. But
I really am.
anyways, please do not whisper. It feels so weird with the headphones on.
It's like ASMR. Okay. People lost a quarter of listeners. Now we're
Yep,
at like
there we
one
go.
listener.
This is your fault.
What was Healer?
Redo of Healer. So do not look this anime up. I have not watched it, but I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on it.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
Yep. And
A lot of deviant art of it.
probably.
Is that a thing still?
I'm not even sure if I know what DeviantArt is.
That's where you go to look at your porn.
Okay.
Your porn specifically.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, just hentai. Yeah, the
Yeah.
best kind of porn. Yep.
I think so. I don't know. I think people just post art there, actually.
Probably.
I think it's just fan art.
I really don't know. But anyway,
Yeah, go on.
Redo of Healer is quite the anime. They're saying it's an anime, but it's not. It's not an anime, and
Why is it not an anime?
It's definitely like a hentai, and it's.
Oh. Wow.
But a lot of people are talking about it because it's like the worst thing to happen to anime since.
My gosh.
I don't know.
There's a lot of worse things that happen to anime.
It's debatable.
Oh,
Show is pretty awful.
Of course.
Yeah, it's basically just a revenge fantasy, and it shows awful stuff. Let's leave it at that.
I think we know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you can assume why.
All right, you got one more piece of news because that was terrible.
Okay. All right. Do I
I'm
have
giving you one
any
more.
other news?
Oh, it's over, thank gosh.
No, yeah, it should be over. I think that's it. Left
Thank
it on a very
Josh.
awful note.
Thank you, Josh.
Who the hell is Josh?
I don't know. Someone listening is named Josh, probably.
You know, probably. We should
No,
thank him.
We don't have listeners. Nobody's listening to this.
They will someday.
We're talking to each other.
The cat is listening.
No, he's not.
Ah, dude.
Anyway, that's all the news we got?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God. All right. Well, I guess we'll move into kind of just how. Kind of want to just talk about how we got started. I think we should just talk about like what pushed us into anime. I want to like talk about like what. Sorry, that's the cat. What did you like? What like not just like your first anime, but like the times when you would like be on like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network and you would catch a glimpse of an episode. And then also like what pushed you into actually giving anime a try?
Okay. So I guess the first anime I watched was Pokemon, I guess. But that was
That's
before
everybody's first anime.
Yeah, but that was before I knew it was actually an anime.
Yeah. Pocket Monsters, you mean?
Pocket Monsters, yeah.
Yeah. Monsters.
Yeah.
Monsters.
Stop. That word is pronounced like monsters, you know? Because there's an
Pocket
O in
Monsters?
it, right? Not M-U-N.
What are you talking about?
It's monsters.
Talking about Pocket Monsters?
I'll kill you. But, yeah, Pokemon was my first anime,
Yeah.
technically. But the first anime that I watched knowing it was an anime was Dragon Ball. And I was really hesitant to get into Dragon Ball at first because for some reason I thought it was a copy of Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's not, obviously, but I thought that for some reason when I was a kid. And one of my brother's friends introduced my brother to it.
Yeah.
And my brother got hooked on Dragon Ball. And then he really wanted me to watch it. So I was like, oh, it's just going to be a dumb copy of Pokemon, but I'll watch it. And so I watched the original Dragon Ball. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. And then I got to the tournament arc in the original Dragon Ball. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. And then
What did you think of anime before you watched anime? Because I thought of it just like I thought of D&D. I'm like, I don't know, that's some nerd stuff. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I like to play Legend of Zelda. Although I was afraid to admit I was a nerd for a while. I'm fine with it now. I'm not a nerd. I'm an otaku.
stop. I hate that word so much. I don't know why I hate that word. I hate it so much.
You're an otaku. We're an otaku. We're all otakus.
This is true. Technically, I am an otaku. But I hate that word.
And I'm not even going to explain what otaku means. Anyway.
Yep.
I always thought like, I'm like, it's kind of just for nerds. I don't really want to. And it's like, I was like, I don't know. It seems kind of weird. And I think that's everybody's kind of impression. You kind of go into it and you're like, seems weird. Seems like a weird thing to be into.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge stigma surrounding anime and
Yeah.
stuff.
Is that what you kind of felt like? You're like,
Yeah, I didn't really, I mean, I don't know if I really thought about it much.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know, I didn't really know much about it. I didn't really care for it.
Did you kind of have like a friend or like know anybody like at school that ever watched it a lot?
For the most part, no. I was usually the person who got my friends into anime.
Really?
Yeah, so after Dragon Ball, after I finished Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
I binged the entire series over a summer because I broke my leg. And so
Oh,
I was
yeah,
just
I
like
remember
bedridden the entire summer. So I'm like, this is the perfect time to just watch through the entirety of
How did
Dragon
you
Ball.
break your leg? I forgot.
I was jumping on a trampoline and landed wrong. The best way to break your leg.
You know, this is a podcast and you're supposed to have cool stories.
I wish it was a cool story. I really wish it was, but it's just so dumb.
Wow. He like, at least Lucas broke his foot jumping off of old Chicago.
But yeah, that's because he's stupid though.
Yeah. Lucas is Brady's brother.
Yeah, he's my older brother.
Anyway.
Anyways, tangents aside, after Dragon Ball, I watched Soul Eater, and then I think after that I watched Attack on Titan.
I love Soul Eater.
I say,
I forgot about Soul Eater.
yeah, I forget about it a lot. It's a good anime.
Don't mind my creaky chair, by the way.
I hate that chair so much. And congratulations. Now we've lost all of our listeners.
I was about to say that.
Well, I'm glad you understand. But yeah, after Soul Eater and like Attack on Titan, I was
Yeah.
just hooked on anime.
Yeah.
And then I tried to get my friends into it, but for the most part, my friends didn't really get into it because they thought it was weird, like most people.
Yeah.
And so for the majority of my life, I didn't really have friends that I could talk to about anime besides you and my brother.
Yeah. I always remember I guess my first introduction to anime. Well, like when I started seeing it come up on things, I would see I would watch Cartoon Network and then I would see like a few episodes of Dragon Ball on there. I think it was like Dragon Ball GT though or something because I don't even remember the episodes when I actually watched Dragon Ball. I remember like seeing the episodes and I watched like 3 in a row. And I was like, it was like all the kids in there like hiding in a cave. And then like Goku and Vegeta were fighting someone. I don't think they were fighting Piccolo. I don't even remember. But it was ridiculous. I was like, this is crazy. But then like I thought it was kind of dumb, but then I just kept watching it. I was like, this is kind of cool. And then I never watched it again. And then I know Nathan, me and Lucas' friend, our friend Nathan, he tried to get me and Lucas to watch Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Nathan was
Yeah.
the person who introduced me to Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
He always wore the Attack on Titan jacket to school. It was so funny. It was like just short. It was like a short little jacket, like just the jacket, just that tan jacket.
Sounds like Nathan.
Yeah, he'd also wear a lampshade. I won't get into it. But like he showed me and Lucas the first episode of Attack on Titan, and I don't know. I liked it, but I just wasn't hooked. I think it's also because he showed me the subs, and I was like, well, and I
okay.
also was. I mean, me thinking anime, I didn't realize dubs were dubs. I thought dub would be like you're watching like one of those like Japanese movies, and they just like talk, and then like the English goes over it, and it doesn't match like the voice or the mouths at all. And I was like, I don't really want to deal with that. And I don't really want to watch something in another language, which is dumb because, I mean, going through film school, watching things in subtitles all the time, I mean, you miss out on a lot of great art. And I mean, that's the thing about anime, I think, is like what I didn't realize when like you don't really realize what you're missing out on anime. Like you do think it's a little nerdy, and you do think it's like, you know, it is like a whole fan field to get into. And I think a lot more people getting into it these days. I mean, it was a lot more of a niche thing back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think when I got into anime, I started to realize, it kind of like opened my eyes to like, oh, there's a lot of like storylines and plots and things I haven't even thought of. Like it kind of introduced me into a world of like stories that I've never seen before. Like I've never got to experience. I mean, you can always argue there's nothing ever original. But in a sense, there's originality. I mean, I won't go too deep into it, but you know, there's originality in taking an idea and making it and adding new things to it. I mean, ever since this first person really ever spoke, there's never been an original thing. Like, ever since humans been able to tell story, there's no original idea. But like, originality really comes out of like the idea of like taking something that's already there and adding to it, I guess. I mean, looking at My Hero Academia, we've seen anime, we've seen plenty of superheroes, Marvel, DC, all that stuff. But you know, what My Hero brings is something new. I think something very different to anime.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, not anime, but superheroes.
Yeah, I agree. Like, My Hero Academia, I feel like it definitely has a lot of cliches in it.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, it knows that people like those cliches.
Yeah.
And that those cliches are popular for a reason. And so they just do them in the most perfect way.
Yeah.
And so
it's definitely that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess I watched Dragon Ball. It was pretty much my first anime. I think it was all over me and you and your brother's first anime, which Lucas kind of got us into. And I really loved Dragon Ball. I mean, you know, there's a lot of arcs that are bad.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
Dragon Ball is still in my top 10 favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be biased because it's my first anime, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Dragon Ball was the first show or like piece of media I've seen where it shows a character from when they're a kid and you see their entire life. You see them grow up. You see them get stronger, go through hardships.
It's true. Yeah, you kind of like almost progress with them.
Yeah, and as they grow old, so do you.
Yeah.
And it's just such an interesting experience to find. That's why I love long running shonen so much.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it kind of makes me wish I would have watched anime as a kid.
yeah.
Like, I didn't get into it till I was probably almost a senior in high school, really.
Yeah, which is why
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty fortunate because I got into it like right when 7th grade for me was ending.
Yeah. All right.
So I think that was like the perfect time. Although made my high school life pretty rough because
You were the nerd.
yeah, I was the nerd. People just saw me as the anime kid and nothing else. But to be fair, I didn't really try to be seen as anything else. So
Don't worry, you're still the anime kid to me.
yep, that's okay though. Because anime is the best.
That's not. Such an otaku.
Yeah, but you've seen more than me, right? So
Yeah, but I'm a weeb, actually.
if anyone's a weeb here, it's me. Which I probably shouldn't be admitting that, but.
Yeah, you are.
Speaking of weeb,
Yeah,
I've started studying Japanese.
Oh my god.
But like actually.
And you don't want to be called an otaku.
Listen, weeaboo just sounds nicer to me than otaku. Otaku just sounds like a mean word. Even though weeaboo has a harsher definition, I prefer it over otaku for some reason. I don't know why I'm like this.
I know why you're like this. But that's inappropriate for the podcast.
Okay.
No, I think, you know, I'm glad I enjoy anime now. There's just, the hard thing about anime now is there's so much to watch. Like, it's endless. I mean, and there's always a great anime out there, which is nice. That's the nice thing is you're always like you looking for something new, and usually most of the no, I wouldn't go too deep, and I make sure you know who you're talking to or do your research before you just start an anime.
Yeah, don't start with Redo of Healer.
Yeah, because if you end up like on just being like, oh, let's redo a healer, and you start it, and you're just like, I'm never watching anime again. Yeah, like it'll ruin it for you. You want to make sure you start in the right area of anime, because I think the start, like I've always thought about, how do you start people with an anime? Because like a lot of anime, like I really like, but I feel like if I started someone on a certain anime before they really understand the anime genre, it just kind of will throw them off.
I agree. Well, here's another question for you then. What do you think is the best gateway anime for people who know nothing about anime?
You know, I always usually when somebody hasn't watched anime and I'm trying to get them into anime, I always kind of go into like I want to figure out what their favorite genre is first.
Right.
Because
yeah, me
like
too.
I could show them like Death Note's usually kind of your generic, pretty good, interesting anime that I think a lot of people would like.
Yeah, agreed.
But then you have someone that doesn't like crime dramas or like horror anime or something like that, or like horror in general. And I'm like, well, what if they don't like that? And so I always like kind of like see, okay, like what kind of movies do you like to watch? What kind of shows do you like to watch? And then I kind of want to get them on something that'll hook them, because like if I can grasp on like what idea is like, oh yeah, they like this kind of stuff, then I'll show them. Like if they like horror, I'll start with Death Note, or or maybe I'll go for something deep like Shiki, but or another.
Actually, yeah, I never think about Cheeky as a gateway anime, but
Could be.
you're right. I feel like that would actually be a really great gateway anime.
I think so. I think it's definitely it's not super crazy. It's not over the top. Like I wouldn't start someone. I don't think I could start someone on Gurren Lagann.
No, yeah, me neither.
That'd be just I don't think, because like I mean Gurren Lagann, like it also plays on like a lot of anime tropes.
Yeah, I feel like
In a
you
very
have
good
to
way.
watch a lot of anime to appreciate what Gurren Lagann has to offer.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, what do you think? What do you usually get? How do you usually start people into anime?
So, I mean, yeah, I agree that you have to find out what genre is best for them first. But yeah, I usually start them off with Death Note or Attack on Titan or Sword Art Online. I mean, I think Sword Art Online is a good one, but it's kind of risky at times since Sword Art Online has a lot of interesting scenes in it, especially for new people who aren't used to that kind of thing. But at the same time, if they like Sword Art Online enough and they finish it, and they're okay with those scenes, that'll like kind of ease them into anime, because anime can be weird sometimes. I feel like we all have to be a little bit weird to like anime.
I think Sword Art, I think it definitely could be easily wrong for some people. Like I mean, I would say like someone that really doesn't care for video games, especially, or they don't really care for like anime at all, like, or they're really like not sure about anime, I wouldn't start them on Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
But if someone's like a gamer, like especially like World of Warcraft or online gaming, Sword Art I think is a great way to start them, because it's kind of like it gets that vibe, and I think the characters are fascinating and it's fun, but there is interesting things.
Yeah, but I don't know. Besides that, I feel like Angel Beats actually is another good one.
See, I tried to start my girlfriend on Angel Beats. She couldn't figure it out.
What? What?
I think we need to watch more of it, but like, I mean, I to be fair, like the beginning of Angel Beats is confusing.
Yeah. I mean,
because you're kind of like, you kind of don't really understand where they're at and what they're trying to do until like you gotta get like 5 to 7 episodes in, and then you start like, oh yeah, I get what they're doing, I get where they're going.
Yeah, start to put the pieces together.
Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely, even the ending is kind of confusing, but I still think it's one of the best anime out there.
Oh yeah, start them on Clannad.
Yeah. Nah, actually, I feel like that's an awful gateway anime.
No. If you're listening and you've never watched anime, start with Clannad. That's our recommendation. Brady approves.
I mean, I recommend it. Clannad is a great anime. It is amazing, phenomenal.
Yeah.
But no.
Now you
Clannad was one of the first anime I watched, actually.
Really?
But I dropped it like 5 different times
Oh.
because I thought it was stupid. I watched like the first 5 episodes at one point, and I'm
It
like,
can come off pretty bad at the beginning.
nothing. The show is just nothing. It just is the main character going to school, doing nothing, and then just nothing
It's
happens.
just a classic slice of life. Nothing happens.
Right. Now I can appreciate
Great.
those just, you know, cliche slice of lives. But
Yeah.
back then I didn't really know slice of lives. And Clannad was just so boring to me.
I feel like even if you have watched anime, if you haven't watched a slice of life anime, I wouldn't start with Clannad. Clannad's probably not the best slice of life
Yeah.
to start with because it is slow. Like, and it's long. I mean, it's long for a short anime. I mean, it's no shonen.
Yeah.
But the best anime to ever start on, if you want to start any anime from, like, if you never watched it, start with One Piece.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Brady's least favorite anime, though.
No, One Piece is by far
Least
my favorite anime of all time. God, I
least
love
favorite.
One Piece.
Come
Actually, okay,
along
it's
and
my
bring
favorite
aboard
manga of all time.
all your hopes and dreams. I wonder if I can sing this or if I can. Well, it's a parody. So that together we
Don't do it.
can destroy them individually.
No, that's not how the song goes, Daniel.
Piece one.
No, you're wrong.
It's his
That
least
is
favorite anime.
incorrect.
He hates when I sing that because
Okay.
it's his least favorite anime.
You have a point though. The anime of One Piece is actually kind of garbage, but the manga is where it's at.
Even worse.
No, One Piece is amazing.
It only takes 300 episodes to get good.
Not true. I may have thought that originally, but I don't anymore.
He doesn't anymore because he thinks it's all trash.
No, One Piece is amazing.
Nothing beats Naruto, though.
Is Naruto still your favorite anime?
Yeah.
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 I mean, I respect that.
I think I'll really like One Piece,
It's-
actually.
I,
I mean,
I think
love
you
One Piece.
you watched like the first couple of
Yeah,
episodes,
I
right?
watched like
At
the
some
first
point?
10 episodes. It was
You-
all right.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was funny.
Yeah. See, I feel like if you enjoyed the first 10 episodes, you would like it.
Yeah. I'll get there one day.
In my opinion, the first 10 episodes are awful.
Yeah. They were.
But no, I guess
I mean, we'll get into shonens later. We are the super shonen bros, but we'll deep dive more into shonens later. We don't need to
yeah, for sure.
deep dive too much because One Piece is trash and none of us want to talk about it,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially
totally, yeah.
Brady.
Nah, dude, if only you were caught up with the manga. I just recently read chapter 1002 that came out a couple days ago, and it's amazing. I just want to know someone else who's caught up with One Piece. That's all I want.
Nobody's caught up with One Piece.
A lot of people are.
No.
Just I don't know any of them.
Maybe you should get out there and get more friends.
I try my best.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should really make more friends because it's really sad that I'm your only friend.
Yep. Yeah, Daniel is my only friend. I know no one else in this world.
Yeah.
I am sarcastic. I am being sarcastic.
You're so bad at being sarcastic.
Daniel isn't even a friend.
You don't you don't say I'm being sarcastic after you are sarcastic.
Listen, well, shut
Now
up.
nobody
all right?
believes you.
You're right.
If you say you're sarcastic after you're trying to be sarcastic, then everybody's like, well, he's actually not really even sarcastic. He probably actually doesn't have friends.
Yeah.
Remember when you threw a mango at me?
You threw it at me first. You.
I was giving you a mango.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna tell this story just because it's. God, I hate this story. So
my favorite
they
story.
were, me and my brother, or Daniel and my brother, they were going to the flea market, and I'm like,
Brother and I.
yeah, yep. Thanks, Daniel. Actually, it's my brother and I.
Yeah.
No, but Daniel and my brother, they were going to the flea market, and I'm like, hey, if you see any mangoes, can you get some for me? Because I call manga mangoes because it's funny.
Because he's an otaku.
Yeah, because I'm an otaku. Yeah, there we go.
Because he's not an actual anime fan. As a real anime fan, I know they're called manga.
I'll kill you. But I asked them to get me some mangoes, and then they came back from the flea market with an actual mango.
Yeah, I got
and then
you
they
what you wanted.
threw it to me.
Yeah.
And I caught it, and I'm like, I don't want this, so I threw it back, and then Daniel just didn't catch it, and it's like slammed into my wall.
Well, no,
and
you said you
exploded.
did like mangoes.
I mean, I did, but then it slammed into the wall because you didn't catch it.
Why would I catch it?
You
I
didn't
don't
even...
need to catch it.
Man. Anyways, though, anime.
That's not a real anime fan for you.
Yeah, I'm not a real anime
Doesn't
fan.
even understand a mango.
You know, I've seen about 200 anime at this point, but yeah, I'm not a real anime
He's
fan.
lying.
No.
He's just trying to throw numbers in there to sound impressive.
It's true.
Don't
though.
believe him. You know what? He didn't. We went to go meet Todd Habercorn. The guy, like, and he didn't even wear a T-shirt that Todd Habercorn voiced in Anime
Hey.
4. Both me and Lucas had a Fairy Tale shirt on to meet Todd Habercorn, one of the biggest voice actors. And Brady, I think he wore
Listen, okay.
nothing.
Yeah, so if you don't know, Todd Habercorn voices Natsu in Fairy Tale and
Nobody cares.
a lot of other characters. But
They
yeah,
are.
we went to go see him. I wasn't wearing a Fairy Tale shirt.
Nope.
I was wearing a better shirt, in my opinion.
Oh, what shirt was that?
I was wearing a shirt that says "Anime is trash, and so am I." You know,
I hope Todd saw that.
I hope he did too,
Because you are
it's true.
trash.
Exactly. That's what the shirt says.
Because you can't wear another shirt other than that shirt.
Yeah, well, I want people to know the truth.
They already know.
I know.
You don't need a shirt to say it.
Wow, thanks, Daniel. Thank you for being my only friend.
You're welcome. I'm always there for you, buddy.
Yeah,
Support you.
appreciate it.
I support you in every way possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll teach you all about the anime.
yeah, all about the anime. Anyways, the one of the main reasons I like anime, I think,
Yeah.
or why anime was like so appealing to me at first, is because like even with Dragon Ball, I feel like it had some of the deepest, just like messages, and
Yeah.
I don't know, just seeing the characters fight with all their might, and never giving up, just appealed to 7th grade me. I'm like, man, just never give up, you know.
Imagine
The power of friendship can overcome any obstacle.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. But
I mean, that is every anime.
that is every anime. But for real, that message, although it seems simple and cliche, actually helped me out a lot through high school.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think that's what also makes anime really good, is because anime also is like. I mean, I wouldn't say all American cinema and TV is not character focused, but I think a lot of it is more plot and story focused. Whereas anime really is very character focused, and I like that. I like a very character focused story. I like both. I like to go see it all. But I really like anime for that fact, and I think it does a great job at really building great characters that
Yeah.
you can attach to, and showing that all the characters matter.
yeah, like it's weird because it's animated, but I feel
Yeah.
like anime has some of the most relatable characters I've ever seen. Like even Naruto.
Oh yeah.
Like I know that might be a funny thing to hear from most people because Naruto is Naruto, but I feel like Naruto as
Greatest
an anime handled just depression
yeah.
in such a realistic way.
Oh yeah.
There's one scene in Naruto where I think it's like after Sakura tells Naruto that she's gonna go kill Sasuke or something. And then Naruto has a panic attack,
Yeah.
but it just was so real.
Yeah.
It was the most like realistic portrayal of that in any media I've seen at that point.
It was really good.
And it's from a show like Naruto, which
Yeah.
I don't know. Anime is able to portray just stuff like that in such a realistic and relatable way.
Yeah.
And I think that's why there's such a massive fan base for anime.
And there's the other misconception is, a lot of people see anime, it's a cartoon, it's for kids. But where they don't realize is like anime you watch and you like, a lot of anime is not for kids.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't let my kids, if I had kids, one day, I wouldn't let my kids ever watch certain animes at a certain age. Like one day they grow up, when they're old enough, they can watch certain animes, but there's a lot of like really animes where there's a lot of death and blood and a lot of, questionable stuff. But, like a lot of it is just very dark stuff too. And, I think that's a misconception is people see anime and they're like, oh, it's just kiddie stuff. Like I watch SpongeBob.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this ain't SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's
Some
really
of it might be.
unfortunate. Or the other misconception is the complete opposite, where people just think it's hentai, and that's really unfortunate because
Yeah.
it's not. It has some of the deepest things you can ever find
Even though
in
that's your
any form
favorite
of
anime.
media. Yep.
I think that's a good note to end on.
I don't, but sure. I don't think that's a good note. And yeah, why not?
Oh no. I think we, covered it all. I think,
Yeah. Now you know how we got into anime, why we care about it so much.
if you have any questions or want to write in about how you got into anime or what pushed you into it or kind of just, or what maybe like started you out or the first one you ever watched, just,
Yeah. Or what
Email
anime
us in.
means the most to you.
yeah. And if you're listening, if we're already like 100 episodes in and you're listening to this, email us and we probably won't read it.
Yeah.
No, but like email in and we'll, talk about it.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from you guys.
Try. Dude, same.
And also, like, if you guys, we'll post topics every week keep up on our social media, and we'll post topics, and hopefully we'll get out topics earlier before we record, and you can post topics in, and we'll talk about it up top or throughout, and add your guys' thoughts in, and whatever you kind of want to hear.
Yeah. Where, on what social media platforms can they find us on?
You tell me.
All I know is Facebook.
Yeah, we have Facebook.
Do we have a Twitter?
We will.
TBD? Okay.
By the time this comes out.
Okay,
Yeah.
all
Oh, yeah.
right. Works out.
Yeah. We have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah. It's all of them.
Yep. Those are the only social media accounts. Yep.
Yeah, you can also check us out on every streaming platform as well. Just put that out there. Also, keep up on our social media because we also will be posting once a month. We're going to try and do our manga club, or as Brady might call it, our mango club.
Yep. Mangoes. God,
That's
I
it.
love those mangoes.
Keep up with our mango club. We'll pretty much dive into a couple chapters of a manga, and if you guys have suggestions of manga you might want us to read, and we'll kind of, like fancy, we'll get our wine out. We'll get our wine out, and we'll swirl it, and we'll talk about the manga, like fancy book club.
Sounds like a good time.
And then also keep an eye out. We're gonna try and do some movie commentaries on not just any movies, but live action anime movies. All the bad ones. All of them. Yeah, and you guys can listen in and watch along with us and listen to us talk and complain about it the whole time. But keep your eye out. We'll probably be posting those at least once a month. Either one, not both, maybe both. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Play it by ear.
Yeah. But let's move on to our next segment. For our next segment here is we talk about one thing we want to recommend that we've watched recently or read recently, but only one.
Okay.
Never two. Only one. I don't care how much you want to talk about two. Only one.
I'm going to talk about One Piece every time.
One ring
Every
to
episode.
rule them all. Never mind. You don't get to talk.
Damn.
Well, you go first.
All right.
Better
well,
not be One Piece.
So One Piece. No, I'm just kidding. What have I been watching recently?
Not surprised anymore. One
see.
Piece.
So I've been watching an anime called Great Pretender. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and it's really good. The soundtrack is amazing. The animation is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's about a bunch of like scam artists who only scam awful people,
Yeah.
and it takes place all over the world. Like the first arc takes place in Los Angeles, which is really cool because you don't see many anime that takes place in, the U.S., which is really interesting. Then the next arc is in Singapore, then London, then Japan.
Interesting.
It's really interesting. It's a really good show. So
I don't know. Check
recommend
it
that.
out. I like it.
Yeah.
I like that sound. I like the sound of that. I think. Let's see. What is my recommendation? I'll go for a little more American made. I think I watched this movie called Wander. It's a weird movie. It's great. It's really good. You got Tommy Lee Jones and Two-Face
nice.
from The Dark Knight. I forget his name. I'm very sorry. No, but it was a great movie about, this guy who's it seems like a really crazy conspiracy theorist, like kind of one of those wackos. But, his daughter died, and maybe spoilers, I don't know. Yeah, not really. And, he gets hired to investigate a murder in this small town. And so he starts digging in, and he starts finding really weird stuff. And it's kind of a trippy movie. It's very interesting. I really liked it. It was a good little movie that came out. I don't think a lot of people heard about it, and it kind of got swept under the rug probably because COVID. Movie theaters aren't really open, but stay safe, everybody. But it was a really fascinating movie, and I think it's definitely worth a watch. And I think it's more independent. Support your independent movies. They need it. We need original ideas. As much as I love superhero movies, which I do, which is a thing I shouldn't say because as a very amateur filmmaker and lover of film, you're not allowed to like Marvel movies.
Nah.
But I do. I break the
Marvel
rules.
movies are great.
It's true. I think there's a lot of good content within it. I mean, I think that's the idea is in film, even though, we've seen 100 superhero movies, I think what these directors need to do, what like the Russo brothers have done, I think pretty well with Endgame, is you kind of bring, you're not just recreating the comic. You're also adding something new to it. You're kind of giving almost a new story.
You're creating a whole new universe.
We don't need to see the comic. I mean, a lot of people haven't even read the comic. But I think we need to add to it. You can have a compelling story and superheroes and compelling characters, in which I think they've done. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's it. One suggestion. Stop.
Yep, that's all, folks.
Full
and
stop.
One Piece. Watch One Piece, please, God. Watch One Piece.
I said one.
Yeah, one.
I said one. No.
Yeah,
Shut up. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, One Piece.
Shut your mouth.
Okay.
Shut your mouth. I'll mute you. I have the power over here.
Do it.
That's applause for me. Anyway, that's about the end of our show for the first episode. Usually when we start having you guys listen in, of course you guys can't just listen to the first episode and write in yet. But go ahead and, if you want to email us, you can always find us at supershonenbros@gmail.com. Go ahead and email us, or you can also message us on Twitter or Facebook, and we'll try and read some of your comments. If you have any messages for us, want to ask us anything, or just have any input about what we talked about this week, we'd love to read them. We usually read them kind of here at the end. The topic-related stuff is going to be more kind of at the top of the show. Usually we save that for then, but if you want to talk about the previous episodes or anything we've talked about before, go ahead and send that in, and we'll probably read them here. anything you like to add before we leave?
Um,
Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
yep.
Shh. Sorry.
Yeah.
The microphone and chair are making noise, and I told them to shut up a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah, just like
go on.
Yeah.
What were you gonna
Just
say? Well, thanks everybody. That was great.
Watch anime and One Piece. That's all. That's all,
it?
folks.
That's
Yep.
all you have to say to them. Watch One Piece.
Well, and watch anime. Just watch anime in general. It's great.
Man, that's One Piece.
It's a good medium.
Probably watches hentai of One Piece.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't?
Everyone.
Well, on that note,
No, thanks you guys for listening, and if you did listen, thanks for your support, and hope to see you guys next week.
yeah.
We'll be coming out every week. I guess I didn't say this, but this show, our main show, comes out every week, Mondays. Be looking forward to it on your daily commute or whatever you want to listen to, or work or whatever. And we thank you so much for listening in. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Farewell. Fare thee well.
Farewell. I don't know how to stop it.
Well, that's unfortunate.
You're not good at whispering. They can hear you.
Oh no.
You're supposed to whisper so they can't hear you.
I'm pretty sure they can hear you too.
No, they can't.
I think we should stop.
But on that note, yeah, thanks guys. See you
Yep.
next week.
Farewell.
Fairly well.